Hi, I'm Brett Ullman. Welcome to Parenting Navigating Everything, the channel where we equip and empower you as a parent to navigate all aspects of parenting in this modern culture we live in today. This is part 5 of a 5-part video series I've been doing on this idea of a new narrative, a new way to change or a new way to talk to our kids about technologies. I will link the first talk above so that if you're starting here, you can go back to the beginning and watch all the way through. Again, I've said this in every blog, the goal of these is to change the narrative and how we talk to our kids, right? It's about teaching our kids and not just telling them. So we've gone through phones, social media, TV, movies, music, and today we finish off by looking at the narrative of how do we talk to our kids about video games. Parents, we have come a long way from Pong, Donkey Kong, and Pac-Man. The world's changed dramatically. I wrote a lot of kids, and here's what they said their parents say to them. The current narrative, they say video games are stupid. Parents say video games are a waste of time. You're wasting your life away. And many said some kind of line like, you cannot put Fortnite, kills to deaths or win percentages on a resume. None of these things connect with our kids. They actually, I think, work to almost destroy the influence and relationship we have. So here's some talking points, this new narrative. Not all games are bad, but not all games are good. Easy to agree on. I love hearing where teenagers have their line of what is right or wrong. Our lines might differ with our students, but I love challenging students to actually have a line, and then we can challenge where that line is. We can talk about how video games are where stories are being told today. So what's the story? For any parent who thinks video games are stupid, I would challenge you to go to Netflix and watch a video called Video Games the Movie. Video games are where stories are being told today. Some games make $1 billion very quickly after their release. Movies take almost a year for this kind of return. I think a really important thing to speak on is the idea of real-world relationships because they're becoming out of sync. Study after study is talking about how many college-age men today, men, not women, are out of sync with real-world relationships. This is interesting because many college-age women are also gamers, but after they play, they go out and have real-world interactions with other people, while many men don't. I'm speaking at a university and I asked who thinks college-age guys are out of sync with real-world relationships. Kind of a rough question to ask. Every girl put up her hand. I asked who thinks this is false, and every guy put up their hand. I'm like, come on, guys. I think that many men can acknowledge this is an issue, even though many other men don't even want to acknowledge it's an issue. We can talk about time and priorities. We need to do what needs to be done first. Like video games are entertainment, like television and other things. Homework, part-time job, full-time job for adults, chores, devotions, reading, having interaction with people, and then we play. I was speaking in Fort McMurray, Alberta. I was in a restaurant coming home, and in the booth, having lunch behind me was a guy talking about how he just got married to a wonderful girl with 2 teenage daughters. He talked about and as he said, his wife's idiot ex-husband did to lose this family. And what it was is he was playing 40 to 70 hours a week of Call of Duty. And this guy said, this guy lost his job, his family, and he said, it was really kind of interesting to hear him. He's like, he was the luckiest man in the world with this amazing woman and these amazing kids. This week I read an article that says that Fortnite is now the cause of over 200 divorces, legally put down on paper. We have a problem where people's marriages are ending due to video games. Now, I do agree this might be also due to mental health issues and other things. People are escaping from life to play video games. But either way, it is something that needs to be addressed and talked about openly in our families. I want to leave you with a quote from the book, The Collapse of Parenting by Leonard Sachs. He says this, "The pleasure derived from a video game may last for weeks or even months, but it will not last many years. In many first-hand observation of many young men over the past 2 years, the boy either moves on to something else or the happiness undergoes a silent and malignant transformation into addiction. The hallmark of addiction is decreasing pleasure over time." Interesting. Good book to read, by the way. I'd love to hear how these new narratives, these new ways to speak to our kids about video games go in your own homes. If you have any questions or thoughts, please put them in the description. Please try to watch all 5 of these videos, and I'd love to know what you think. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon.